Hey everyone, welcome to Live Coding with Jesse. I'm Jesse, and today we're going to keep coding our search page, and we already have the search working with the WordPress API. So we type in the search box, and whatever we type gets saved into state because we're using React, and then state updates the input. And every time the input changes, it fires off a function that searches, sends off a search query to the WordPress API. That data comes back and then populates our page. Now what we want to do is take some of those checkboxes that we added in yesterday, and we're going to connect those to the state, and we're going to use the value in state to change our parameters in our query that we're sending to the WordPress API, so that a user wouldn't just search for one word throughout all our data. They would search for a word and be able to say, I want to search for just this word in just this type of content. So they'll be able to narrow down their search a lot more, and it'll have the added benefit as well to be a little bit easier on the WordPress API and not having to search through so many different types of data, because everything's split out into custom post types. So on our end of things, we send one query, but really on the WordPress end, it needs to make separate searches. As far as I understand from the way it works in the PHP, is that separate searches happen for each of those post types. So all around, I think it'll be a better user experience, and it'll cut down on what needs to happen in WordPress to get that data out to us. So that's the plan for today. Alright, cool. Looks like from the stream analytics we have a decent number of viewers. So I'm going to put the link to what we're working on in the live chat now, and I may put it in again later if we get some more users. I don't want anyone to miss out. So the link that I just put into the live chat will connect you up with what I'm running locally. So we're using a service called ngrok, and the creator of ngrok has generously allowed freeCodeCamp and this stream to use an unlimited version of ngrok for free, which is awesome. I'm not even sure that you can buy an unlimited version. I think the plans all have limits. So really awesome of him to donate that for us, and it allows this stream to be a lot more interactive. So you can check the site, open it up in DevTools. Every time I make a change locally, you will be able to see the change immediately in your browser. You're not limited to seeing just the page that I have on the screen. You can look around in the site and do whatever you like. So let me, before we start, I want to tell you just a little story. So please be patient with me and humor me for a second while I tell you this story. I forgot to say it yesterday, but yesterday I was in a coffee shop. So I spent the morning working in a new coffee shop that just opened yesterday morning, and it's very close to where I work. So it's a little bit far to walk. It's down a hill and then across the street and stuff, but driving distance, it's less than a minute. So anyway, I go in there, and I'm working on my laptop. So I have my laptop with all the dev stickers and everything on it, and I'm working, and then I notice somebody's looking at me, and so I look over there, and they come over and say, "Are you Jesse?" And I say, "Yeah," and they said, I watch your stream, I watch your coding stuff. And it was just the weirdest, coolest thing. I've never had anybody recognize me from the stream before, and I don't know, it was really awesome. So I talked to him for a while, and it turns out he's a computer science major here at the university that I work for, and I'd never met him before. So he actually knows some of the same students in the computer science program. And he's been watching my show, and I had no idea. So I got a picture with him, and we exchanged emails, and I invited him to come over and be on the show if he wants to, or come to my office and show me what he's working on or ask me questions or anything. So anyway, that was just a really amazing experience for me. So I just wanted to share that with you all. If any of you ever do happen to see me, don't hesitate to come up and talk to me. I'm really friendly, and so you won't bother me. Like, I won't be freaked out. Just say hi. I'll be super happy if you say hi. So I know if any of you are in the Pittsburgh area, like, it's possible you might see me, because I am also in the Pittsburgh area. And I just had somebody ask me about my dev stickers, so I'm going to show my laptop quickly, because I have it here. So here are my stickers. So I have some. This is a Windows 95 sticker, and I found this one on a window when they were doing construction on my building, and somebody had just left it there, so it was essentially probably going to be taken out with the window and thrown away. So I made sure I grabbed that, and it's held on with Scotch tape. I have some from November conference, SyntaxCon, Hacktoberfest. So all of them are tech related, except for this one, or this one is just Darth Vader one. My brother-in-law's got me that for Christmas. And then this is a Windows sticker, and I took off the Microsoft because it was huge and just kept these. So anyway, those are my laptop stickers for right now. I have a little bit of space left to put some more on there. And oh, cool. So Peter says the Darth Vader one's cool. Yeah, I actually have some other ones. I just didn't really have a spot to put them, so they might end up going on another laptop, or I don't know what I'm going to do with them for sure. But I have Boba Fett and this skull. I have a Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren. So that's some cool ones. And I have some other ones like Netlify and like Get Kraken. So I just have some other ones. Usually I only like to put stickers on my laptop for things that I actually use. So some of the ones that aren't on there yet are products that I don't really use. Some of them I do want to try to use at some point, so they might get on there. So, oh, Michael says sign them and send them to people. Oh, that's a cool idea. I never thought anybody would want anything signed by me, but that's actually not a bad idea. I'm still not sure people would want them signed. They might just want the stickers, but yeah, I'll have to think about that. Maybe I'll think about what the best way to do that would be, and I'll get this. I also have some freeCodeCamp stickers at my house. All right, so I better get started. I want one more comment I'm going to read off before we get started. From Tracy. Says, hi Jesse, thanks for the live coding stream. You're welcome. Thanks for watching. Just looking for my post-PHP heavy development environment. Just wondering and learning, thanks to freeCodeCamp and generous coders like you, what all this is about. Oh, thank you for saying that. That's awesome. And Tracy, any questions you have, let me know. Either in the chat, live, or comments, or on Twitter, or wherever. Okay. Cool. Allsauce wants a stick. Whoa, Steven got a job? All right. Steven, congratulations. So Steven got a job starting next Monday. Really, really cool. I'm super happy for you. Yeah, so as much as you're comfortable with, let us know about the job and how everything goes. Definitely love to hear from you. I totally understand if you can't be around for the live chat as much. You know, your new job might keep you busy. But if you can check in and just say hello and let us know how it's going, that would be great. All right. Awesome. I love when I hear stuff like that. Really, really happy for you. Okay. All right, let's get started. So I actually I have a meeting at 3 p.m. my time. It is now 1:42 p.m. so we can't be super long on this stream. I still want to try to get 2 Pomodoro sessions in if I can. All right, Steven says senior web developer / designer for API and JavaScript. Awesome. Awesome. That's really cool. You got the senior web dev in there too. That's really, really cool. Yeah, so cool. Really happy for you. All right, so let me... All right, we have a bunch of people now in the chat, so I'm not going to keep you all waiting any longer. Let me switch the screens. You have something better to look at than my face. And start the Pomodoro timer. And get back to here. I was working on the server. I don't have that committed yet to GitHub, but it's just very minor work and just some comments. So we're going to be working on the search page. And I did do a few changes to the search page, and pretty much all I did was change the text on the page. So it's not completely up to date on GitHub yet, but there's nothing major that's changed, just the text. Okay, I see you want me to share the link to the Pomodoro timer. I will share that. I think this is the one that Harshit built. So one of our viewers built this Pomodoro timer, and so we're using that. So I know several of you have built Pomodoro timers. If anybody builds a Pomodoro timer and wants me to use it on the show, let me know. Send me a link to it or something, and I can rotate and just kind of use a different one every time. Okay. So let me go down. Here, let's make some space. Let's get rid of that, and let's move this over here. We don't really need this terminal right now. There we are. Okay. So we have a separate page that's a component, a React component for our search page. If you want to see it, just type in /search at the end of that ngrok link. And I ought to put that in the live chat one more time, since we do have a lot of new people that weren't here when I put it in before. So this ngrok link, after the .io, put /search, and you can see what page we'll be working on. So you can see I just changed the labels, so I didn't even change the values or anything like that yet. So I need to go in and change that first, and then we can actually start testing this out. The search I don't think works right now, so I think when I added these checkboxes in, I broke something. So it may not work. Klaus asked about, are we using WordPress with Node.js? I thought it was only PHP. We're getting data from WordPress, and we're pulling it into React that we're running with Node. So we're using both. But the WordPress is now, it's hosted, I think I have a test WordPress site on GoDaddy. I think, yeah. I don't think I made a droplet for it. Eventually it'll be on its own DigitalOcean droplet. We might go with AWS. I haven't decided for sure yet. So let's make this majors. And I did have I sat down with my boss today and decided some things about design on some of the pages. So we may have some new stuff going on with design. Departments, and what's this? Faculty. So some of the interior pages are going to have a little bit more involved, like fancier design, a bit more elements on the page. So we'll probably be working on that sometime soon. And I had another presentation of this website today, which went well. So had some good questions too, to kind of like think about opportunities and possibilities for the site. Okay, news. Oh, I had put news in here, but we're going to change this up to match what we just had. So what do we had? Faculty, majors. What was the other one? Departments. Departments. Major. And I need to make that singular, I believe. So let's keep them the same here. Oops. Department. I'd like to keep it all singular. I don't know why I made that plural. It doesn't really even make sense as a plural label. Okay. So let me save that, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like now on the search page, if I can find it. There we are. So I was on the theology page. Actually, the logo didn't load. Oh, there we are. I don't know what happened there, but let's move this to the search page. I also have an idea for how to change the router. I think it'll make the router a little bit faster, and it'll give us more freedom to do things with the routes. So I'm not going to change that much on it, but I think the change will be good. So I might do that on a different stream, or maybe after I do the change, I'll just show what happened on the next stream after that. And let's see. Alright, if you are asking questions in the live chat, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just going to get to the questions once this Pomodoro timer gets down to 0. And then I'll take a few minutes and catch up with the live chat. Okay, so here's what we have now. We have our search input. What I'd like the user to be able to do once they search is to click one or more of these checkboxes. And then it'll say, let's say they only want to search for faculty members. Then they just check faculty and they type in their search, and they'll only get results that are faculty members. Or any combination of these. So we'll definitely have more checkboxes than just this. And we'll also at some point have a sorting feature as well. That might be the next thing that we add in, so that maybe they can sort the pages by newest or alphabetically, or however else we can think of to sort them. We want to give the users the most freedom and control of their search as we can reasonably give them. So let me see if this is working. Whoa, yeah, not working. Alright, so I'm sure as we go through, and connect these checkboxes up to our search function, we'll find the mistake, hopefully. Okay, so we already have our onChange functions connected, and it's going to pass this value, okay, which is great, and this value will match up with the key that we have in state. So with state, we have these checkboxes, and they're split up. Let's see, how do we have these split up? Right now we have an array of objects. I'm going to leave it like that just for now, but I don't think we need to have an array of objects. I think we can clean that up a little bit, but I'd really like to just get this working, so I want to maybe try to go as fast as I can through this. Let's see. So in our search term, fetch search term function, we have this state search type, okay, that needs to go onto this URL. So the search term is going to tell WordPress what to search for, but then these search types are going to tell it which post types to actually do the search in. So we need to create this as a string. So what we can do is make this, let's see, how are we going to do this? Search. Oh, okay. Sorry. So we're making, in state we have search type. So, sorry about that. I was in the wrong function. I had forgotten that we made this in a state. So we want to go to the function where we're actually clicking on the checkbox, and that is handle change, I believe. Yep. Okay. So when we handle the change, we're saying this set state, and then whatever the name is, and then we're making it the value checked. So this is how we pulled this in from the component demo in the Material UI documentation. We may need to change this. Let me think. So we certainly don't want the values to be, let's see how we're doing this at state name check. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch it up. So just to show you what's happening now, let's check this out and let's go into the React Dev Tools. So where's our search? Don't we have a search component? I guess not. Alright, so here's our state. So we have our checkboxes array, but when you actually click a checkbox, you see it adds faculty, right? So it's still doing what it was doing in the Material UI documentation, so it's not even at all taking into account what we've created in state. So let's switch this up a bit. I think, so we need to keep this sort of thing here, but I would rather have, I would rather have this in the checkboxes array. And as long as we keep the names of the checkboxes the same as what we actually have to search for, or the name we actually have to put in the query, I think this will work, because we can just grab the keys and use those. So let's try that out. So if we were to do this, it needs to be set states and what did we call that? Oh, checkboxes. Alright, how are we going to do this? checkboxes. I'm not sure if this will work. I'm gonna try like this first. Not sure if it'll work, but let's give it a shot. I'm also going to remove. I'm gonna remove all of this. And just do that instead. Alright, so let's see if it works. Alright. Cool. No, not cool. So it's not. Yes, we don't want that. We want, let's see. Oops, the state. Alright, let's try that. So what we'll do here is we're combining these. So these three dots, I believe that's the spread operator. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes I forget the terminology. But this is going to allow us just to combine these two things, so that before it was overwriting this, now it's going to combine it. Let's test it out and make sure that's right. Okay. Not working. Let me refresh completely here and see what's happening. There we are. Search. Okay. So let's check out checkboxes. There's nothing right now. If we click faculty, there we are. In department. No. Okay, it's not working now. What did I do? Alright, let me see what I've done. Let me check the live chat first to see if you all have caught my mistake, since you all usually catch my mistakes before I do. Let's see. Niki says initialize every checkbox value in state. Okay, so I should initialize all the values first then in state. Let's see. Steven says it's not resetting that state when unselected. Alright, well let's put in the values and see if that does anything. So we're going to initialize these values here in state. Oops, not what I wanted to do. So what did we have? Department. Let's do major faculty. Okay, so now we have them initialized in state. Okay. Let's see. Niki's saying use the pre-state version of getting state. I probably should just check the GitHub repo for the Catechetical Institute site that we did the same thing in and see how we did it there. That would probably save us a lot of time. So let's check that out. And CI React. Let's see. React. Pages, resources. Okay, so where are we handling results? Check. That's weird. Alright, I have a better repo. Let's look at that Resource Center repo. Because we were using Material UI here, so I don't think we were doing it the best way for the Catechetical Institute site, since we were mixing in materialized CSS. Components. Where is our form? Routes. No. Oh, views. Alright. Alright, so in our service request form, this comes checkboxes. Ooh. Handle input change. Form name value. Okay. I'm checking the live chat again to see some more things. Niki says you are already using it a bunch. Set state. Okay. Updater objects. Okay, Niki. Yeah, let me try it. I'll try that out before we implement some of this. Before I try to implement some of that. Do we have handle change? Okay. Here we are. Uh-oh, what am I getting here? Nikki saying another closing parentheses. You ever an existing one, didn't add a new one. Oh, okay. Thanks. Cool. Totally didn't see that. My timer is going off for this Pomodoro session, so I'm going to take a break, answer some questions in the live chat, and then come back to this and see if we can sort out what we need to do here. So we have done this 2 different ways in previous projects. This project is slightly different, but I'm sure we can figure this out by adapting what we've done previously if we have to. Alright, so let's set 5-minute timer. I'm going to scroll up to the top so I don't miss any questions. And I'm just going to go down through whatever was asked first. That's what I'll get to first. Hopefully I can get to everything before I have to end the stream. Hey everyone, see a lot of people saying hello, so I'm just gonna say hi to everyone that said hi there at the beginning of the chat. So if I'm scrolling down, there are no questions so far, or I've already addressed them. Oh, Michael says, Jesse, your kids grow up so fast. They do grow up so fast. But I'm not sure why. Where did that come from in the middle of the coding? But that is definitely true. Srikanth says, you're doing great. You deserve some appreciation, Jesse. Thank you. Thank you. Trying to do a good job. And to be honest with you, most people are appreciative of the work I do. So occasionally there are some people that aren't so appreciative, but they're in the minority of people. I usually hear positive comments. So it's been really nice. Cesar asks, is this really advanced? I'm not sure. It doesn't seem that advanced for me, but we've gradually been building up to this, so it probably seems like a lot right now, like just coming into the project. But I guess kind of keep in mind that like we've built up to this little by little. So I mean, you definitely, it's not a project I would give to a beginner for sure. But the building blocks to get here, are sometimes, just very simple things. It's just we combine them and build on them, and then we end up with I don't know, what I think is turned out to be a pretty nice site. I'm gonna have to Google Translate this next question. And let's detect language. So we have a question that says, your movements are correct, the applications you're doing are not right. So that was, I think that statement came around the time when I was trying to do the checkbox stuff. So yeah, so I guess that's that was true. Yeah, I am messing something up here. Innes here. Innes says, hey, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Chris says, using a virtual DOM with React and ES6 looks pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. It's really fun. I think React is super fun. Ilya, I think that's how you pronounce it. Let me know if it's not. But Ilya says, could you describe your computer setup? Okay, so my setup right now is I have an iMac, and it has, I'm running like 32 gigs of RAM. It has the 27-inch 4K screen on the main screen, or sorry, 5K screen on the main screen. I'm running the secondary 2K 27-inch monitor. I think it's 27. And then as another screen, I have a vertical display that's just an old Lenovo widescreen monitor, but it's just vertical, and that's kind of good for longer articles and things like that. Sometimes I put DevTools over there. And so that's my setup right now. I have an external microphone set up, so it's better audio for the streams. I'm trying to think. I use the keyboard that comes with a Mac, and like the trackpad thing that comes with the Mac. So that's my setup. I don't remember. I guess I could tell you real quick if I go to about this computer. I could tell you what the specs are. I mean, I'm using Visual Studio Code for my editor, and my terminal is iTerm 2. About this Mac, let's see. Yeah, okay, so they are 27-inch displays. They're Retina 5K. It's the late 2014 model iMac, 4 gigahertz Intel Core i7, and AMD Radeon R9 2 gigabyte graphics card. Yep. And not that it matters that much, but I'm running the 1 terabyte hard drive. I believe it's the SSD, but I can't be sure. I don't remember for sure. Wow, that Lenovo display it's 21.5 inch, and it is in 1080p. Crazy. I did not realize that. It just doesn't look that good compared to the right next to the 5K screen. So, all right, so let me go back, do another Pomodoro session, and then anything that I've missed in the live chat, I'm going to answer after this next Pomodoro session. I need to write down where I left off in the chat. Let's see. 26. Okay. I need to keep an eye on the time so I'm not late for my next meeting. All right, it looks like there were a few other things in the chat about the issue that I'm having right now. So let me check those out. Christoph, I see that your suggestion. Okay, Nikki says we don't need an updater function if we're using the Material UI checkbox. All right, great. Christoph, I think what you put in there is going to work. Yeah, that looks good. Let me change this up to do that as well. So we want check. We're going to take name and put it here, and then we'll do checked. Yeah. So we're not going to need, whoops, yeah, I'm going to be able to take a lot of this out. Take that out. Oops. And I need a this set state checkboxes. Hold on, let me see. Event checked. Handle change. Event checked. Okay. What are we doing? Oh, okay. There we are, right? No. Alright. And I don't need that. Okay. Now checkboxes is still giving me trouble. Try that equal checkbox name checked. Should I mean, I'm looking at this and it looks like it should work. Actually, let me go back to what we originally had that I know worked. I don't want to. Let's see. I don't want to go that far back, so I'm gonna miss out on that. Let me just grab from Material UI what we did have, if I can find it. I have a lot of stuff up on my screens right now. There we go. Alright, so let me grab that handle change. Okay, so this is what we did have for handle change. So let's just put checkboxes name handle change. Alright, so we are still getting the same stuff going on here. I want to verify that, yeah, so we are still getting the error. Okay, let me check back in the live chat. Oh, okay. Niki's saying what we did have before almost worked. We just needed to spread inside the checkboxes section on the state, then add the update. Okay. Actually, oh, let me look back one more time too at how we did it here. Were we really putting? So we, okay, so we were doing this in this state within form. We were putting all our checkbox stuff inside form. So when we went to handle the input change, let's just ignore all the stuff that's not about checkboxes. So if it was a checkbox, we're just saying checked. So the value is checked. We're doing form name value checked. So this state form. Oh, okay. All right, this makes a lot more sense. So what we're doing here is getting that whole object that is form, which in our case will be checkboxes. We're getting that object. We are changing the object, and then we're setting the state of that object. That makes sense. Let's do that. So let's go the state form checkboxes. Whoops. Let checkboxes equal this state checkboxes. Oops. Checkboxes. And then we're going to do this checkboxes name equals checked. And then we're going to do this set state equals this state checkboxes plus checkboxes. Alright, let me see if this works, and then if it does, I'll explain what I've done, but no sense in telling you the wrong thing if this doesn't work. Okay, so do we have... No, we're not. I want to be able to see the state, make sure we're doing the right thing. No, is that not it? Okay, here we are. So we're in checkboxes. No, it's still creating one outside of here. Why do we have double? Okay, so it is doing what we want, but it's also doing something else. All right, where is this? Where's this part happening? All right, so what I'm trying to do in here, and let me know in the live chat if I'm messing this up somehow, but basically is we're getting what the current value of checkboxes is, right? With checkboxes is now an object that contains key value pairs representing each checkbox. The name is the key, the value is true or false, depending on whether it's checked or not. So we're taking that, we're modifying it, and then we're combining it with this. But do we need to combine it with that? Because we're not, yeah, we're not getting rid of this. So I don't, maybe we don't need to. Maybe we can just do this. Maybe that's where I was, I don't know if that's where I was messing up, but it was unnecessary. Let's double check and make sure it was unnecessary. Yeah, hold on. Let me give it a refresh here. Oops. I need to remember what this is called. Where can I go? Like here. There we go. Page. Okay. All right, let's check it out now. Faculty. There we go. Okay. And I see, I'm sure some of you in the live chat recognize my error first, so thank you for that. Okay, so this works now. So let me explain what's going on right now, especially for those of you who might not be familiar with React. I want to try to explain as much as I can. So basically the same thing as I explained was happening before, but now instead of trying to combine what was there, which was an unnecessary step, we're just setting state to this new value for the checkboxes array. I'm sorry, the checkboxes object. So this checkboxes object here starts out with all the values being false. We go down to here. Let's assume we just check a checkbox. Let's just say we check the box for faculty. So it would pass the name faculty, it would pass the event, and then it would pass the value of checked, which in this case the value of checked then becomes true. So in the checkboxes object we're passing the name, so we're going to get the checkbox item with the key value of faculty, and we're going to set its value to true, right? Because that's what the value of checked is now. Then we're going to do that set state, and we're going to set in our state the checkboxes object that we've now updated. We're sending that whole object there again, and that's what's going to update state. So let's see. So Nikki says that way works, but can cause asynchronous issues. So in what way can it cause issues? I'm not denying that it causes issues. I'm not aware of them. So I guess what issues does it cause, and are these issues that we need to be careful of in this use case? Because if the issues aren't going to affect us in this use case, I'm okay with leaving it like this, even if it may not be the best way, just for the sake of getting it done and moving on. Nikki says set state is asynchronous. Okay, so Nikki, are you trying to say then that, okay, so set state here, so potentially our search could run before set state and then it wouldn't have the right criteria? I'm not sure if that's what you're saying, so let me know if that's the case. Let's see. I'm going to continue on just to see if we can make this work. I do need to check my time. We have almost 10 minutes. So at this point, let's get... Let's see. Nikki says the value in state can run one behind checkbox. So you check it and it actually sets the state to false. You uncheck it and it goes to true. Oh, okay. All right, let's... So how would I test that? Just click these a bunch of times really fast, or is there a better way to test this? Okay, Nikki says it seems to be working. All right, we'll have to keep that in mind, and then maybe once we get it all working with more checkboxes and things, just check it again just to be sure. All right, so for now we need a way to get this search type to make it a string that we can put in here. So let's search term. Let me think. Where should we make this? I'm going to make it a separate function right now. I'm not sure that it needs to be, but at least it'll be more obvious what's happening if we make a separate function. So we're going to say create types. Okay, not the best name in the world, but it'll work. Create search types. For now, let's just put that in there. And put that in there. So basically, let's search string equal do this. The heck is this? Search string equals search string type news. This is going to be value all right, so what's the best way to loop through an object? This always gets me. What's the best for arrays and what's the best for objects? I always forget. So we don't want to use map on objects, right? But we can do this, right? Oh no, did we do this? It comes from this object assigned this state form. That's it, object values. Yes, I knew it. Thank you, Nikki. I knew that there was a way to still use map with that. That's what I was looking at the other project for. I don't think we did it in the other project, though. Okay, so we're going to do object values. State checkboxes dot map, and we're gonna do okay, key value. Oops. We're going to do if value, then search string equals key. Can I not do an if statement? No, I can't just return an if statement, so I need to change this up. No, can I? There we go. Okay, let me, and I can take, yeah, this shouldn't be there, right? Yeah, this one shouldn't be there. But this one should be there. Right? Okay. Let me change key value to key value. Oh, okay. Nikki, I just saw that message, so let me switch this up here. Okay. Key value. Object entries. Okay, object entries. All right. Thank you. And was that actually what we're using? No, we still were using it there. Where did we use that at? I know we used it at a project at some point. Object entries. Yeah, so we definitely need both. Okay, so let me go through. Let me go through this just to explain what we're doing. So we're taking this object and we're basically, all right, so we're treating this object as if it were an array. Okay, so that lets us map over it. We're getting the key value pairs, and then we're checking to see if the value is true, which means the box is checked. We're adding to the search string the and type, and then we're putting that name of key. So it'll search through everything here and create a string that's going to have all the values that we need to pass in here for our search types. So that's the idea. And then what we need to do though is set state. So this set state search string, and this needs to be, is that what we called it actually? If we called it search string, then we're okay. No, we called it search type, didn't we? Okay. Search type, search string. Whoops. And let's do this. Let's do this here. I don't think this is the best place to put it, but let's do this here so we can see it building it every time that we check this. So alright, so my timer is up and I do have a meeting very soon. So I just want to test this out briefly. where we can look at state. There we are. Okay, so the search term or search type is what should be changing when we do this. There we go, and we should get awesome. Okay, check this out. Let me make it a little bigger. Whoa, that's really big. Let's see if we can see it. Okay, but hopefully you can see it. So what happened here, so we checked both these boxes, faculty and department. So now we have for search type a string that's and type department and type faculty. And that's exactly what we need to pass in. And so that should work. So unfortunately, I don't have enough time to actually test this with a real search, so I have to stop here. But it is creating the string as we want it. So we did test the search with a string that was very similar to this, and it worked. So assuming, I mean, really, it should work. So should work isn't the same as does work, but it's looking good so far. Let me scroll up to where we left off at and try to get through all these questions. This is going to be a close one. I'm going to do my best to get through the questions, but if I don't get through them all, I'm apologizing now, and you can re-ask the question in the comments, or send me a message on some social media platform, or wait till the next stream. Steven asks about what is Next.js. Next.js is very similar to Create React App, if you're familiar with that. It just builds out a lot of the boilerplate React stuff that you need. It automatically has a Webpack config. The thing that I like about Next.js is it comes with a basic router that lets you just create routes by putting components in a folder called pages. And then it also comes built in with server-side rendering. So that's why we chose Next for this project instead of Create React App, basically for the server-side rendering. Chad says hello. Hey Chad, thanks for watching. Chris says, which type of projects would warrant using React over other frameworks? Is it when you are handling state? Yeah, if you need to handle state, I think React is a good choice. So if you're building just like a one-page website, you don't really need React. You could definitely use React if you wanted to. I built really basic things with React, mainly for practice. But if you were building more of a web app where you would have, things changing, if you want kind of like an easy way to handle client-side routing in your web app, using like React with something like React Router just makes it so much easier than trying to create your own routing system, whether in Vanilla.js or jQuery or something like that. So that's when I would use it. React isn't the only option though. There were a lot of people using Vue for that same sort of thing. Some people prefer something like Angular. So that's what I would use it for. There's definitely like a blurry line as to like, well, when do I need a framework and when do I not need a framework? And so you're going to find different answers to that question depending on what article you read or what video you watch. So I generally say if you want to learn a framework, do a really basic project, even if it seems like overkill, because you'll get practice. Don't try to tackle some huge thing first if you're just trying to learn. Later on, then you get a hang of what it could do, and then you'll know when that particular framework is going to be useful or when it'll just be more than you need. Okay, Saksham said the words are a little small. Please zoom a bit. Okay, hopefully I did make things bigger in DevTools, so I'm hoping that did help you out. Sorry about that. Nino asks, is there a method in React that gets called when you set the state and use the class component that it's called component did mount? Yes, there is a component did mount. So anything inside component did mount will run when the component has mounted, right? Just like it says. And there are those are called lifecycle methods. So if you type in React lifecycle methods, you should get, as one of the search results, a list of all the different lifecycle methods that are available. So there's like component will mount, component did mount. Those are the two that I've mainly used. There are others. I can't remember them off the top of my head right now. But yes, they are very helpful. Oh, Nikki says, on that routing, very interested to hear. Also, please feedback on PR from a week ago, pull request. Oh, I'm sorry, Nikki. I totally forgot about that. I will take a look at that PR before I make changes to the routing. I wish I had time right now to explain more to you. I'll have to explain on tomorrow's stream or something like that. But the changes I want to make, I think they should fit in pretty easily with what's already there, with just like very, very minimal changes. So hopefully we can integrate your changes from that PR and maybe my changes if they're even needed, and we can make it do what we want. Basically, there's just a lot more complexity to the URL structure as I keep digging into it that I'm finding. So I had thought up a way to deal with that complexity in kind of a different way and let us handle it and still keep things, the look of it, kind of simple and easy to figure out what's going on as much as we can. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for watching and for all the help. You all helped me so much in the stream today. I definitely appreciate it. Oh, one more question. Is that Sublime Text? No, this is Visual Studio Code. Okay. All right, so I really do. I have to go and get to another meeting. I should be back tomorrow for another stream. We'll probably be working on this again, or maybe the router. We'll see. Let's see. Oh, Nikki, I see that comment. That's exactly what I was thinking of doing. So I'm definitely going to look at your code. I can't believe. All right. I can't believe we both thought of this. We both thought of the same solution. I mean, you thought of it a week before I did, but I should have just looked at that pull request. All right, I would definitely check it out, and I may not even need to do what I was thinking of doing. I could probably just do what you did. Sorry about that. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your help. You all are awesome. And until tomorrow, have a wonderful day.